The views and opinions expressed on this podcast, including discussions on news, politics, and current events, are solely those of the host and guests and are based on personal thoughts, experiences, and opinions. Nothing stated should be considered factual unless independently verified by the listener. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not provide financial, legal, medical, political, or life advice. Any actions discussed are what we would do personally, not recommendations for others. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research and consult qualified professionals before making any decisions.
What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. I am your host, Leon, and today I have with me, I might need to get a little bit more energy because he got energy, Mr. Larry Long Jr. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author. He's a father. He's a family man. He does a few things. He travels around the world. He plays golf. Used to be a baseball player. He does a lot. So I can get some energy because he got a lot of energy. And he is the epitome of taking action. The epitome of taking action. Impel Forward. Impel means to take action. What's going on, Larry? Glad to have you here.
Man, I appreciate that intro. The check is in the mail, man. I said, man, he came out with a lot of energy. I thought I was the CEO, Chief Energy Officer, but I got to call you the CEO.
I'm going to learn from you.
I'm happy to be here.
Man, what's going on? Hey, look, we've been setting this up. Like I said, let me turn my phone on. Like I said, you've been out the country. You travel a lot, doing things. I'm gonna just jump straight to it. How did you get involved in motivational speaking?
I've been practicing for 48 years, but getting paid to speak, that's a whole different concept. So real quick, played baseball at University of Maryland, go Terps. I know I'm in enemy territory.
There you go, taking my questions, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Worked in IT consulting, didn't enjoy it. So I made the move to North Carolina to open up an indoor baseball and softball academy.
Okay.
So I was talking to little leaguers at the time, not getting paid, but it was just my give back. I loved it, being able to touch our youngsters. Unfortunately, we had more money going out the back door than we had coming in the front door. Yeah. And that's called cash flow. Right. We ran out of cash.
Right.
No cash, no business. So I had to find my way back into the working world. I found a job that hired athletes, making 150 cold calls every day to accounting firms, getting cursed out, getting hung up on. So needless to say, I had some success. I had a positive attitude. I took the strikeouts and I said, hey, I'm gonna brush my shoulders off. So essentially other teams asked me to come in. Hey, Larry, how do you do it with a smile on your face? How do you get your team to get up, stand up, in the words of the great philosopher Bob Marley, and smile and dial and have success? So I used to do that as a give back. I wouldn't ask them. They said, how much do you charge? Like a Coke and a smile. Just give me some dap and we're right. But I met a guy in 2019. He said, Larry, respectfully, are you stupid or are you dumb? I said, hold up, get back. Get back. You don't know me like that. Those are fighting words. He said, no. He said, I understand talking to little leaguers, you're not going to charge them. But you're talking to corporate. He said, corporate, they got budgets. He said, when I speak, there's a few zeros after that first number. He said, when you want to turn your little hobby into a business, give me a call. Timing is everything. It was December 2019. My wife, Maria, she said, hey, baby, I got to ask you a question. I said, I'm in trouble now. Whenever she says that, I know I'm in trouble. She said, you tell everyone else to follow their dream, pursue their passion. Look in the mirror. You're working in corporate America. You put on that smile for a mile, but it's fake. You come in through the door, your shoulders are slumped, you're halfway depressed. What are you doing? What are you scared of? And I said, well, I already have one failed business and I was single at the time. I got a family to take care of. She said, you must not know about me. I'm a real one. She said, go ahead and give that guy a call, get into his program, paid to speak. That was all she wrote. 2020, I called him up. I got into his program. March 17th of 2020, I had my first paid speaking engagement. I know you're looking at the date. You're like, hold up, Larry. You don't look Irish. You don't even look Black Irish. It was St. Patrick's Day, but it was also the start of the pandemic. I don't know if you remember Friday the 13th, Rudy Gobert was touching those microphones, spreading COVID, and they shut down the NCAA tournament. They shut it down. My office, worked for a company called Teamworks. They said, hey, we'll see everyone in 2 weeks. We didn't know that it was going to be about 2 years that we were going to be out of the office. But I had my first paid speaking engagement. They said, hey, we want you, but we shut down our office. Can you do it virtually? I said, Zoom, you still going to pay me? They paid me, and that was all she wrote. I was getting speaking engagements before that. I just wasn't charging anyone. I didn't realize that I had a gift, and that when you share value, you get value back in the form of some dollar bills.
Right.
I said, wow, you're gonna pay me for talking trash? I mean, I was talking to sales reps about how to have a positive attitude, some strategies on how to let the no's just slide on by. I do that all day, every day. And to get paid for it, I'm like, shoot, I pity the fool.
Right.
I mean, I pinch myself every day, just not too hard, Leon.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to wake up from this dream. I'm dreaming, man.
Dreaming. Christopher Williams, you dreaming.
Don't wake me.
Look, he talks, so he gonna touch on a lot of stuff I got down here. So I'm gonna go to this. Like, I had a certain order, but he's touching on a lot. So I gotta go where he's touching on. You're talking about charging. So earlier today, I was talking to a guy I'm trying to do some things with, and he had some products. And I asked him, what do you need help with? What you need me to do? And then we talked about it. And he asked me what my fee was and this and that. I said, I've been dealing with it for a while, So I said, what you can do is just give me a couple of products, and then we'll do this and do this and that, and I'll do what I'm going to do. He said, nah. He said, I know you need, I want to pay you, So I heard you say before that, well, what was it? You said something. I got it written down somewhere. You said something. Oh, asking people for help. No, asking people, do they need help?
Yeah.
Now, when you say that, is there a fee behind that? Or are you genuinely asking to help? Because that's what I genuinely asked, do you need help? I wasn't going to charge them nothing. Yeah. I said, we can talk about that later on, do some deals. So how do you go about doing that?
It's tough. And I battle with fees all the time.
Right.
Because as a for-profit business, I got to keep the lights on.
Exactly.
And free 99, that don't keep the lights on.
Yeah.
But I also have a big heart. And I like to help people. I like to genuinely help people. So I hired a coach. 6 years ago, I worked with a coach. And there were two major things that she asked me. The first question she asked me was, what do you want specifically? And I remember I had to turn my camera off on Zoom because she challenged me. The first thing I said is, I want to be a millionaire. She said, in my Steve Harvey Family Feud voice survey says, nah. She said, that's not the right answer, Larry. That's not, you might want to earn $1 million, but that's not what you want specifically. What do you want your life to look like with your family, with your kids, with your wife? What do you want your work to look like, who you're working with, what you're doing? And I came to 4 pillars. I wanted to have international impact and speak around the globe. There were tears in my eyes because I didn't know how I was going to do it. In my mind, that's impossible. Little nappy-headed Larry Long Jr., back before my barber got mad. How are we going to talk internationally? He can't even spell internationally.
Right.
I wanted my family to be involved. How are you going to do that, Larry? Are you stupid or are you dumb? I'm both. I wanted golf to be involved. I don't know if you told your listeners, Tiger Woods is my cousin. You told your dad that, right?
Huh?
Yeah, Tiger Woods is my cousin, long lost. In our family, they call me Larry, hit it in the woods.
Okay.
It's a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
And then the 4th pillar, I wanted my fun meter to be off the charts. Now, my coach said, hey, now that you know where you want to go, let's figure out how to get there. You got to charge people. Because if you don't charge people, you're going to be back in corporate America. This is a business. She asked me, she said, are you a nonprofit or a charity? I said, no. She said, well, start acting like it. You're giving it away. You're giving it away to corporate. Hey, Larry, can we get you for free? Yes. She said, no. The answer is no. You need to ask them, do you give away your products and services for free? I didn't think so. Why would I come in and add value and you not give value back? Now, what I found is value comes in many forms. There's more forms than just cash. I like cash, but I also like experiences. If you can get me on the nicest golf course, there's a value to that. If you can get me great video, you can get me testimonials, you can get me pictures, you can get me an article in your publication, there's a value in that. So I like to work with people, but essentially you got to have skin in the game if you're serious. Because what I found is that there's the psychology of pricing. In my industry, as a speaker, there was a Hall of Fame speaker, Jeffrey Gitomer. He said, Larry, if you're not 10,000, no one's going to take you serious. If you think about it, most speakers, 8,000, 9,500, 10,000, 12,000. If you're 3,000, they're going to immediately say, oh, what is this, a blue light special? He's damaged goods. Get him out of here. So there's a value. And when people invest more, there's just in the psychology is, oh, I'm getting luxury. I'm getting my $10,000 worth. So pricing has been a challenge of mine. It still is. For me to even say out loud, for me to come in and speak 60 minutes is $10,000. It just doesn't feel right. It gives me the shivers, right. But I realize I'm adding value. Right. When I go and I speak to an audience, I don't just energize, motivate, inspire them. I truly transform. And in the words of that great philosopher, Aristotle, no, it was the other great philosopher, Chris Luda, I help people move and get out of their own way. Mm-hmm. They're moving and shaking and making big time moves. There's value to that. And when you give value, you get value back.
Right. Now you mentioned, like I said, I keep saying it, keep touching on all my questions. You said $10,000. Now when I looked it up, it said between 10 and 20,000. So is a base?
My fees start at 10,000.
Start 10,000.
Yeah,
okay.
So I've been blessed enough to have a fee of 20,000 2 times. There were 2 organizations that recognized my value and they paid handsomely. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, to even say that out loud, $20,000 for me to serve and to speak, but ultimately, in my mind, I'm talking junk. Right. Just like you and I are talking junk. I'm talking junk. Right. I would do it for free. Don't tell nobody else. Don't tell them. I just recently earned my CSP, Certified Speaking Professional designation.
Okay.
It felt so good.
Now, what did you have to do that?
You had to have at least 250 paid engagements in at least 5 out of the last 10 years. You had to earn $75,000 in at least 5 out of the last 10 years. You had to have peer review of your videos. So essentially, my peers had to watch my video and say, he's a professional, or survey says, right. And then you also had to have your clients submit reviews. So I think I had 80 clients who submitted reviews that shared he was easy to work with. He delivered.
Wait a minute. You said 250 paid engagements?
I had 277.
Let me do some. Now I don't know math.
You can check the Carfax. I have been busy, booked, and blessed beyond measure. Right. I used to say blessed beyond belief, but someone checked me on that. They said, Larry, what do you expect? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't have faith and fear in the same. I've tried to have faith and fear at the same time. Right. It's impossible. Either you're going to believe and get it done, or you're going to live a life of fear and be stuck. And my book is called JOLT.
JOLT, yeah.
Get zapped into intentionality, rediscover and believe in your inner greatness. And it was really a book for myself because I was stuck. I just felt stuck. And when I'm stuck, it's like, there's nothing I can do. Like I'm looking around, but I can't move. I'm stuck. And I needed that jolt. I feel like I'm at a family reunion. Right. It's electric. I be doing electric slide. I was just with my family over the weekend in Maryland. My mom, we were celebrating her 70th birthday. Okay. God bless. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing like being with family. Right. But yeah, that book helped me to get unstuck, and it's helped so many other people.
How long did it take you to write the book?
1 year exactly.
Dang.
Yeah, and I didn't do it alone. Uh-huh. I didn't. Right. You could ask any of my elementary, middle, and high school English teachers. You could tell them Larry Long Jr. wrote a book. Right. They would say, "Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Am I getting punked? There's no way that punk wrote a book." They used to tear my papers up, and it took me about a year to get to the point. I worked with a book consultant. I worked with a ghostwriter. I had a team, an artwork team, a publishing team, an editing team. I did not do it alone. Right. And I believe that success is a team sport. Mm-hmm. So I pretty much surrounded myself with people who were more brilliant, more bright, and had that expertise when it came to books. So.
Now, did it cost a lot to do it?
Not a lot. It was an investment, but the biggest investment wasn't monetarily. It was under $8,000 all in with everything. You can spend a lot more if you go the traditional publishing. You go I did the self-publishing route. If you go hybrid publishing, but I'm balling on a budget.
Right. Oh yeah.
We make these ends stretch. Right. They ain't necessarily neat, but we make them stretch. Yeah. So I got the bang for my buck.
Yeah, I know that's right. I've heard people say it took them 10 years to write a book, and I started on a book a couple years ago. I ain't finished. That's why I asked you. I'm gonna get back to it.
Everyone is writing a book, but a good colleague, a mentor of mine, Stan Phelps, he said, you're not writing a book unless you have these 4 things. Here are the 4 elements. Okay. Number 1, you've got to have a title. at least a working title. It doesn't have to be the final title, but you got to have something. Number 2, you got to have the artwork. You got to at least have some sort of sketch of what that front cover is going to look like. Number 3, you got to have a release date. It's kind of like an album release date. You don't have to stick to it, but you need to at least put a stake in the ground. Number 4, and here goes where the rubber meets the road. You got to tell everyone you know, number 1, 2, and 3. That's now your accountability partners. Yeah. Now that's your cheering section saying, Leon, you said that September 15th, it was coming out. How can we help you? How's it going? How can we encourage you? Hey, let me see that cover art again. Have you thought about this versus that? Oh, the title. I like that title. Now you're writing a book. Now you're accountable and you're taking action instead of being, and believe you me, you're not alone. Right. There's a lot of people out there. I went to a speakers convention. There were over 850 professional speakers from across the globe. And believe you me, most of them think that I have to write a book. You don't have to do anything. You have the opportunity to share your wisdom, your knowledge, your lessons learned, your lessons earned in a book. What I didn't realize, I pretty much talked my book because I'm not the strongest writer. At least I don't believe I'm the strongest writer. I love to talk. So with my ghostwriter, she interviewed me, and that's how we put together the stories of my book. Now, one of the biggest challenges was the editing because it seemed in my mind more overwhelming than it is, which for me, I struggle with fear. False evidence appearing real, I think is what they say. I make things a lot bigger in my mind than they really are. But working with my coach and having my team around me, hey, 2 pages a day. Right. 1 page when you do morning carpool, that's a win. 1 page when you do afternoon carpool, that's a win. And it sounds so small, and it is, relatively speaking, but 2 a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, I'm now starting to make progress. I think they say if you want to eat an elephant, 1 bite at a time.
Yeah, you're going to take 1 bite at a time. Look, you said something, lesson learned. That was one of my titles I had, lesson learned. That was one of them, but I don't know what I'm going to go with yet.
And make it happen.
Yeah. So, let me see. You touched on something else I had down here a few minutes ago.
Great minds think alike. I love it.
I love it. But how would you, just to sit here and listen to you talk and talk to you all the time, how was you as a student? Did you have this much energy as a student? And then you said your teachers might not. They gave you failing grades on your writing. So what kind of student were you?
I was a great student. When I applied myself, and I got bored. I mean, school got boring too. I wouldn't say it was easy, but if I'm interested in something, I'm all in. Mm-hmm. If I'm not interested in something, I'm all out, and it shows. And I'm loud, and that my mouth got me in trouble. Like I said, I told my mom. All those years I was getting in trouble in school for talking, like Allen Iverson said, I was just practicing. She didn't find it funny. I thought it was hilarious. Right. I can tell you, none of my teachers would be surprised at what I'm doing now. They're like, yep, that makes sense. Right. He's using his gift because in school, some schools, traditionally, they want everyone to fit inside a box. I don't fit inside a box. I mean, there's not a box big enough for me to fit in. I mean, I'm wild and crazy. I got energy. I enjoy myself. And I've been like that my whole life. So when I was younger, we moved around. I grew up in VA medical centers. Okay. So I was born in Maryland. Then we moved to Grand Island, Nebraska, Danville, Illinois, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Coatesville, Pennsylvania, back to Maryland for middle school. Pretty much every year and a half, 2 years, we were moving. We were this was Grand Island, Nebraska. There were Twisters. And essentially, I think I was 5 years old. There's Twisters. We lived in apartments. You had to go down in the basement. Everyone in there is scared. Like, we're going to lose our life. We're going to die. Not me. I'm running around jumping on people. Like, get this nappy-headed boy off of me. Yeah. My parents tell the story that I was having a ball. I was surrounded by all these people. I'm jumping on people. Right. They're like, get this little boy off of me. Yeah. So I've been like this my whole life. What I've learned, and I've had to teach my son and my daughter, there's a time and a place. Right. And it's funny. I just did a sales training earlier, and I got I got a demerit because I have these microphones. They make me laugh. I got a gold mic. I got a rose gold mic. I got a blue mic, a green mic. I got all these mics. And they said, Larry, that's funny for the right audience. But for our audience, we need you to be distinguished.
Yeah, right.
So I hate to say it, but I hate it. Because that ain't me. I'm not.
So was it a real training? I mean, you said it was a training.
It's a sales training. So I'm a facilitator. I'm a third-party facilitator for an organization. They bring me in as a contractor, and I facilitate the trainings. They pretty much said in no uncertain terms, if you want to do that microphone stuff, do that with your clients.
Right.
Don't do that with our clients. Right. We don't want a clown. Right. I'm like, hey, do you, boo-boo. When I'm in your sandbox, I'm going to play by your rules. Exactly. I might not like it, but I'm gonna do what I need to do to get to where I need to get to. Right. And when I have my clients, we go all out. Right. We have a good old time.
Yeah. So you mentioned lazy. Well, not lazy, but not doing something if you don't really want to do it. You know. Yeah. And that's something I always say. Like, people say people are lazy, and I always say people are not lazy. They're just lazy to things they don't want to do.
I said a lot of times, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that. And I learned my lesson the hard way with the baseball academy. When it comes to numbers, with the baseball academy, I knew batting averages, stolen bases, home runs, RBIs. I knew those numbers. The income statement, the balance sheet, the statement of cash flows. Parlez-vous français? I don't speak French.
Right.
So I didn't know those numbers. We'd meet with our accountant, and my eyes are glazing over him. My head is bobbing. I'm like, what you talking about, Willie? Right. Those are the numbers you need to run a successful business.
Right.
If you want to understand the income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flows, how your money comes in and how it goes out, Houston, we got a big problem. So I learned my lesson. I think it's called HKU, Hard Knocks University. I learned my lesson the hard way. Boom, hard-headed. I said, I ain't going to let that happen again. So even though I like to make money, but I don't like to look at the numbers, I realized I better look at the numbers or else I'm going to go out of business again. And I think they say insanity is doing the same daggone thing and expecting different results. I'm hard-headed, but I ain't that hard-headed. So I've learned that I put my accountant to work. I love you, Crystal. Right. I put her, she's like, this guy probably, I know she says, this guy asked the stupidest question. Yeah. I ask questions about everything. What does this mean? Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah. Can I do this? Can I do that? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You're going to learn today.
Yeah. I do the same thing. Yeah. I do the same way. Yeah. So how did you get, you say you play all 4 years at Maryland baseball?
4-year starter, man. I'm a legacy. My father ran track for the Terps.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the 70s. My sister ran track for the Terps. She's 10 years younger.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the black sheep of the family, literally and figuratively. Oh, yeah. Like baseball, I'm like, yeah, you run after you hit the ball. Yeah. They said, we'll let it slide, little Larry. We'll let it slide.
So did you ever think you'd make it to the league or try to make it to the league?
Yeah, I thought I was. I thought I was going to the major leagues. I said, shoot, I pity the fool. Yeah. But I went to minor league spring training. So my senior year, I was a 4-year starter. My senior year, I didn't get drafted. That broke my heart. That June draft, I thought they were going to call my name. I was sitting there by the phone. Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody called. It was just crickets. I said, hold up. You must have the wrong number. Nah. So I went to some tryout camps and independent league ball. And I said, nah, let me go ahead and take this job offer. This is God's plan for me. Let me close that chapter and open up a new chapter. I was still hungry. I was in Morgantown, West Virginia, where WVU is. Okay, yeah. I was working at a company called Accenture doing IT consulting, still working out. And I had an agent who he wanted to represent me if I got drafted. I got drafted, crickets. He was like, Larry, who? Right. Mike Jones, who? But I called him. He was like, hey, I can get you a tryout camp for a minor league camp with the Dodgers and the Red Sox. So I told him my job. I said, I'm going to take a leave of absence. Hopefully I won't see y'all again. Unfortunately, it wasn't in God's plan. I went down to Florida and they did a Russell Simmons on me. They said, thank you for coming out. God bless you and good night. Don't let the door hit you. Where the good Lord split you, they tucked up the deuces on me. I said, man, I met up with some friends in Miami, South Beach for spring break. Went back to work. They said, why are you back so soon? I said, you see what happened. So that was my pro baseball dream. It came and it went. It wasn't in the cards. But being able to coach other youngsters and teach them life skills through the game of baseball and softball. If you can't play it, you teach it, I think they say. So that was one of my highest highs, but also one of my lowest lows. When we had to shut down that business, it's like a piece of you.
Right.
I mean, blood, sweat, tears. You're a business owner.
Right.
You know how much you put into it, how much it means. For me, it was a baby before I had a baby. Like, we built it up, 10,000 square feet. We built it up from the ground, and then to see that thing shut down, I went through and I don't joke around with it. I went through a state of depression, and I didn't get it treated. I'm on the board at WakeMed Foundation, and we have a $50 million fundraise right now. It's the Courage to Confront Crisis. We're building a mental health hospital in Garner. 150 beds, inpatient, because so often, especially in our community, we don't talk about mental health. We sweep it under the rug, do some push-ups, you're going to be all right. No, it's okay to not be okay. So I try to be a beacon to let folks know, especially our Black males, know it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to work with a feelings doctor, to talk about your feelings and to do the work to get through whatever you're going through, because I hate to say it, I'm exhibit A of what happens when you keep it all in. And it's not good. It's not good at all when you keep it all in and you don't have an outlet, let it out, to share those feelings and work through those emotions. So we're trying to do some work.
Now that's twice. Listen to you twice. That's twice I've heard you say depression. So depression, was that, okay, one was when you lost a business. When was that?
Shoot, that was let me see, 2004. That would have been 2005.
2005.
Shut down MVP Baseball and Softball Academy.
Now, where was that at?
Yonkers Road, right inside the Beltline.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I think RFA Church. It's a church now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had our facility was off the chain.
Oh, yeah?
We had 6 batting cages, retractable net, turf. We had a waiting room for parents with plexiglass so they can watch their kids getting hitting lessons. They can watch their kids getting pitching lessons. We had 2 dirt pitching mounds indoors. Off the chain. It was too off the chain. It was too nice, too soon. Maybe it's changed, but we call Raleigh, it's a country club kid.
Right.
So it's they're not serious about putting in that work.
Oh, okay.
3 weeks, 2 weeks before tryouts, they're trying to cram. Kids are in there, parents are in there. It's crazy. The moms can sometimes be more intense than the dads.
Right.
They're in there. Little Bobby's going to the big leagues. No, he ain't. Little Bobby don't even like baseball. Little Bobby wants to be outside riding his skateboard. He wants to be at the mall.
Right.
Wants to be at the ice skating rink. You're forcing little Bobby in here. You can tell when the kid's just going through the motions. My mom is making me. My dad is making me. Playing year-round baseball, don't even like it.
Right.
The game's got to be fun.
Yeah.
So we used to do clinics called the Fun, capital F-U-N, Fundamentals. If you don't have fun, go pick a different hobby. Go play soccer. Do something else. Yeah. Use your feet. Yeah. Baseball might not be in the cards, but baseball, there's so many lessons. It's a beautiful game. It can be slow at times. I'll admit it. But once you get into it, if you get into it, there's so many lessons you can learn from it. Setting goals, overcoming failure. Think about it. Where in life can you be a 70% failure and someone's patting you on the back and you're going to the Hall of Fame?
Right.
If you're a 300 hitter, you are, in the words of that great philosopher, nope, it wasn't Aristotle again. I think it's J.J. Walker. Dynamite. You are being put on a pedestal. Right. I mean, it's just overcoming adversity. Teamwork makes the dream work. There's just so many lessons in baseball. That sounds like most of my audiences. They're like, just put this dude on mute. That's a good catch. How do you catch it?
I can see the red button over there.
So it just does it automatically.
Yeah, I don't know why I do that. So I got to look at it. And that's why. Hey, look, y'all catching this in real time now. I'm a one-man show right now. I don't have anybody back there listening and pushing buttons. So
he's telling a story. He got 3 people on his team, kind of like me. In the words of De La Soul, it's me, myself, and I. We battling each other all day.
So, I had to take a break and go back there and hit the computer. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I forgot, what was that? Oh,
Corporate America, where you got to do what you got to do. But I was in corporate America, not because I wanted to be. I thought that I had to be in order to take care of my family. And I'll keep it real. They treated me well financially, but money doesn't buy me happiness.
Right.
And my wife, she called me out, thankfully. She said, baby, your life is too short for you to be living a life that isn't fulfilled. That's not God's plan for you. And I knew it. But sometimes knowing ain't doing.
Right.
Now, I know I'm not supposed to eat fried chicken, but you ask me what time it is, it's bow time.
Right.
Now, my doctor, he didn't find that funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Right.
He said, Larry, there's no time for bow time if you want family time.
Right.
I said, ooh. When I see you working out, you inspire me. You don't even know it. For those that don't know, we live in the same neighborhood. I see you getting after it, and I'm a work in progress. I'm trying to work on my fitness journey. I love food. I love to eat, and I love sweet.
Right.
I got those Sour Patch Kids right in the car. I'm a sucker for sweets. My doctor said that sugar ain't good for you, Larry, especially with your genes. You're hereditary.
Right.
You got to steer clear. And I'm like, Doc, you don't understand my relationship.
Get you some dates, man. Get you some dates. Dates and berries.
I'm working on it. But it's one of those things where when you're committed, I'm a big believer. When you're committed, you move and you shake in a whole different way. If I was committed, I'd be eating salads.
Right.
I'd be eating healthy foods. I'm not really committed.
Right.
I love to eat.
Right.
I love to eat. When you're committed about a book,
Right.
you're going to do the things that you need to get it done because it's there. And what I found is that in life, there's so many things, and I've had some success. And my success, I'm a little guy. I shouldn't have been a 4-year starter at University of Maryland.
Right.
I'm 5'9"3/4, and that's rounding up.
Right.
Now my son, he's 6'4".
Right.
I guess the milkman had some height. I don't know where he gets it from.
Right.
The Amazon man. He must get it from his mom.
Right.
But I had to be scrappy my whole life. Being undersized, ain't no one giving me the benefit of the doubt. Now I got some speed, but I maximize my ability. It's the same thing in business. I might not be the brightest bulb. I might not be the smartest, but you ain't gonna outwork me.
Right.
I'm gonna bust my behind to get what I need to get to. That scrappiness. And what I found is if you're willing to do the things that everyone can do, but they're not willing to do it, it'll put you in a whole different echelon.
Right.
I mean, it's really the 1%. I think there's a saying, and I don't know who to attribute it to, but they said there's no traffic jams on that extra mile. You think about it, it's 5:42 right now. How many people are putting in work right now? Most people are checking out.
Oh, yeah.
You're putting in that work right now. There's a reason why you've had this success, and you continue to have the success that you have because you're willing to do what it takes to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah.
The great Les Brown, I just saw him 3 weeks ago in Austin. He said it on stage. He said, "Are you hungry?" I said, "Yeah, Les, for some fried chicken." But he was talking about, are you hungry for success in life? It's out there. Opportunity is knocking for each and every one of us. But the question is,
how bad you want it?
Will you answer the door?
Yeah.
Will you answer the door?
Yeah, I watch Les Brown pretty often. Now, it's August.
Yes, sir.
Seems something where you gave yourself a deadline. Like you was talking about deadlines earlier. Was it supposed to be this August?
Which deadline was that? I said plenty of deadline. Which one is this?
The coaching I guess coaching academy or coaching courses or teaching courses.
Okay.
Coaching.
Coaching.
Yeah.
I think what you're talking about is I had set a deadline so I speak as a keynote speaker, workshopper, and MC. That's just being kind of like a one-trick pony. Most successful speakers have training companies or a training component, a coaching component, a consulting component. It's called the back end. I didn't have a back end. They said, Larry, you need to build a back end and make it big. That's how you make money. I've been scared. Just keeping it real, I've been scared.
Right.
I teamed up with a partner out of Florida, Orlando, Taylor. We built a community, the Abundant Speaker Community.
Okay.
So we launched that in June.
Okay.
And we've got 16 members. It's a weekly mastermind, and we help professional speakers that want to be more professional speakers. They want to make more money. They want to have greater impact.
Okay.
They want to do it, and they realize that they could do it alone, but they don't want to do it alone. But by doing it together, they can accelerate. So we pass each other opportunities. We support each other. Our theme in June was big vision, answering that question of what do you want specifically, and challenging each other to dream. No, dream big. No, dream bigger. And then after you dream in July, we talked about how do you plan and prioritize to have success. It's great that you got these 4 pillars, Larry, but now you got to put in the work. It ain't the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. You got to put in the work to speak internationally. You got to put in the work to be able to have your family come. You got to put in the work to be able to golf. You got to put in the work to be able to have fun. It takes work. What's your plan and how do you prioritize? You can't do it all. That's like the buffet. You go to the buffet, it ain't gonna be great fried chicken,
Right.
but if you go to the fried chicken spot, that's where you get some
Right.
fried chicken. This month right now, we're talking about prospecting, because in business, you got to fill your funnel. You got to fill the top of funnel with opportunities. Next month, we're going to be talking about sales.
Okay.
So I did hit my goal, knock on wood.
Right.
But even within that community, we've set goals not for each other, but for ourselves with the community support. So something that most people don't know is I've got a mullet office. I've got a mullet office outfit. It looks good up top.
Okay.
But when you look down below, you're like, what in the world? I got papers everywhere. My family comes in. I'm like, don't bring the dog in. They got to step. It's like the American Ninja Warrior. Like, man, I got to hang from the rafters. So my goal for the end of June, it was the 30-day challenge, was to be able to actually see my rug.
Right.
I did not uphold my commitment, but I did just get it done 2 weeks ago. So better late than never.
Right.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just support each other. Hey, Larry, how's that coming along? I'm not doing it to get in your business, but I want to support you because you said it was important. I did. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. Cluttered mind equals you're missing out on some opportunities. So it's funny that we're talking, because for me, the linchpin, the foundation is generally my health. When I'm working out and going to the gym, when I'm eating consciously and with intentionality, healthier options, everything else seems to fall into place. It's like that discipline when it comes to my weight, it touches everything else. And when I'm not, it touches everything. Everything else is out of whack. And I know this, but once again, knowing it ain't doing, unfortunately. So I'm trying to close that gap. I'm working as hard as I can. And I've learned, hey, Larry, give yourself grace. I used to beat myself up. What are you doing, you big dummy? And my coach said, why do you do that? I said, well, I saw my dad do it. My dad grew up in Baltimore City, The Wire. That was his neighborhood.
Right.
She said, what served him might not serve you. You might not need to be so tough on yourself. She said, you talk worse to yourself and about yourself than you would ever talk to anyone else, than you would ever let someone talk to you. Stop it. She said, it's not serving you. If anything, it's holding you back by you being just not nice to yourself.
Right.
She said, start treating yourself the way that you would treat other people. And it's been tough because old habits are tough to break. And when you grow up just expecting to be perfect, which is a false, it's an impossible expectation. That's kind of my default. But I've had to think to myself, slow down, Larry. It's okay. You miss your goal, but what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? It's gonna be okay.
So you grew up with your mom and your dad?
I did. I'm
Okay.
blessed.
That's good.
Blessed beyond measure. Yeah. I lost my dad
10
10 and a half years ago, 2015, December the 11th. Yeah, he passed away from amyloidosis, cancer of the blood.
Oh, wow.
60 years old. My mom just turned 70, but as much as that, it still sucks. It taught me a lesson that life is short. We're not promised tomorrow. my dad had a plan. Him and my mom were going to get retired. He was going to go back to his old neighborhood in Baltimore City and give back to the youth. Never got that opportunity. But yeah, operating like tomorrow isn't promised. It'll change the things that I do. I can't speak for anyone else, but when that happened, I knew that life was short, but when that happened, I said, you know what, Larry? I'm gonna live my father's legacy. I'm going to make his legacy proud by living my dash to the fullest each and every day.
Do you think about them often as far as when you're traveling, doing your speeches and preparing for your speeches?
Every day.
Yeah.
Chapter 7 of my book, Lessons from My Dad.
Okay.
He taught me so much, and really he was a quiet one. I get my talkativeness from my mom.
Okay.
They said it, you get it from your mom. My dad was quiet. He was just when he spoke, you listen. But just watching him, I mean, he didn't miss a day of work. It could be snowing up. We lived in Maryland. It could be snowing. He's shoveling to get to the office just because he grew up not having much. Alcoholic father, abusive father, single mom, 2 brothers. He worked for everything he had. He had a gold tooth until his mentor told him, hey, his name was Larry Long. I'm Larry Long Jr. I know you're a junior as well.
Right.
His mentor, Dr. Tom Sherwood, said, my dad went by Shorty. He said, Shorty, that gold tooth, I know it's cool in the neighborhood, but it's holding you back in corporate America. And he did not want to get rid of it because he had worked hard to get that gold tooth, and it was a status symbol.
Right.
But he realized, hey, there's a time and a place, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So he had a 25 plus year career, Department of Veterans Affairs. His final position was Director of Recreational Therapy. So he touched a lot of veterans and a lot of people who serve veterans, and just watching him, it's amazing because having kids, it's cool what you say, but they're watching what do you do. I mean, my son right now has learner's permit.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, I can only drive 4 miles over the speed limit. That don't add up. I'm like, hey, I'm training for NASCAR.
Right.
And my buddy said, drive as fast as your wallet permits. Now I'm on prayer for judgment. So I got 2 years left.
I've been on one of those before.
So I'm watching my lead foot, but I said, yes, Trey, it's for your safety and for everyone else's safety. Do as I say and not as I do.
Right.
But people are watching. So just being mindful. The key word that I love is intentionality, being intentional. Why are you doing what you're doing? Should you be doing what you're doing? Is that serving what you're all about, or are you just going through the motions? I ask myself this question a lot. Why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Does it align with your values, with your morals, with what you want your legacy to be? And I can say right now, yes. I'm touching a lot of lives.
Right.
I was just in Knoxville last week, and the feedback was phenomenal. When I talk to people about prioritizing, what are your priorities? You spend so much time at work. Is that where your time should be spent? When you're on your deathbed, are you going to be saying, man, I wish I had spent some more hours at work? Or are you going to be saying, I wish I had spent some more time with my kids? Wish I had spent more time with my family, with my friends. Wish I had spent more time in my community, giving back to my community. Those are things that we can think about now. You don't want to get on your deathbed and have a life of regret.
Right.
I wish I had. Why not? Do it right now.
So what kind of lessons did your mom teach you?
Oh, goodness. That's going to be in my JOLT Volume 2.
Okay.
Goodness gracious. The power of so many. I just saw her. The power of love, the power of caring about people, the power of working hard. We were just reminiscing. I remember, because my mom worked for Veterans Affairs as well.
Okay.
But her job didn't pay as much. And I remember she could type real fast. I thought it was funny.
Right.
She went to the community college, and this was, she would put the little paper with the tabs. And essentially, she would have people call her to write their papers and pay her. I think it was like whatever by the word was how much she charged, word processing. but she was a hustler. She didn't graduate from college, still one of the most brilliant and bright people. She pretty much taught me book smart doesn't really mean a thing. It does mean something, but you can be common sense isn't always too common.
All right.
And she has common sense and she's brilliant and bright. There's been so many lessons. I think there were 7 lessons I shared about my dad, and there's probably 10 lessons that I've learned just from watching my mom and hearing her. And she's the outgoing one. She's the social butterfly and just a smile for a mile and just a beautiful person. I'm hopeful that I have the impact and the impact on this world that my mom has had. She's touched a lot of lives.
I'm going back to your academy. So you have 16 people in right now?
Oh, my community. The Abundant Speaker. We have
community.
16 speakers that,
Is that a paid community?
It is.
Okay.
It is. So there's an investment.
Mm.
It's our founding family members. They pay $149 a month.
Mhm.
Our latest cohort of members, they pay $199.
Okay.
So they've pretty much said, I'm committed to being a part of the community. We meet every week, 11:30 to 12:30 on Wednesdays. And then we have this app called the Circle app. So we're talking in there. I'll give you an example. One of our members just did a TED Talk. So she shared it.
Okay.
Another member is redoing his speaker reel. He asked for feedback. We have another member who's looking to be a podcast guest on different podcasts. So people have said, hey, you need to check out the Impel Forward podcast. Yeah. And there's something, Leon. I'm not going to have a wardrobe malfunction. Don't call me Janet Jackson.
Oh, you good? You're hot.
But there's, oh goodness, I got a big old head. I gotta undo this button. Oh goodness gracious, this is a blooper everywhere. But there's a lesson that I've learned over the years that it's not what you know, and it's not even who you know. It's who knows you, who likes you, who loves you, who trusts you, and who believes in you. It's really relationships. And that's what we're creating. We're creating relationships where I get to know Natalie and Teresa and Front Row Frankie and Sylvia and Sharon, who also got her CSP. Whereas if I find an engagement, if an engagement comes to me and I'm already booked, hey, let me refer you over to Front Row Frankie. Let me connect you to Sharon over there. Hey, Mary Elizabeth might be able to hook you up. When you have those relationships, and it goes both ways. Mm-hmm. I don't give to get. I give out of the goodness of my heart. But one thing I found is that the more I give, I receive 20x back.
What's going on? I hope that you are enjoying this episode, but I wanted to take the time out to ask you to please subscribe to the podcast. I've noticed that a lot of people are watching but are not subscribed. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way, you won't miss an episode when it's aired or about to air. And also, make sure you go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. Grab you something. Now back to the episode.
20x back. I just try to give and serve. The question I always ask people is, what can I do to support you right now? And I mean that. And I'm not asking them that with the expectation that they're going to support me. I just know that the more people I serve and support, the more blessings are going to come my way.
So that's kind of like what I was telling you earlier about the guy. I was like, I was going to do it. But he said, no, I want to pay you for it. Yeah, so I told him I'd get with him,
And he recognized value.
Yeah.
He recognized that you have value to bring, and he wants to bless you and wants to do it right. Which there's nothing wrong with people who accept. My the second lesson I learned from my coach was, she said, Larry, why are you so afraid to ask people for help? So I grew up thinking I was Superman and asking for help is weakness. She said, I hear you, but what's holding you back? And I said, well, I don't want to ask Leon for help. Leon's busy. He ain't got time for me. She said, that's the story that you're telling, which is chapter 1 of my book. What story are you telling yourself? And what story are you believing? She took me through an exercise. She said, Larry, when someone asks you for help, how do you feel? I'm like, I'm feeling jazzed. I'm like, it's an honor that you would even ask me to help you, that you trust in me, that I might be able to help you. She said, Larry, knowing that, why would you be so selfish? Not let someone else have that same feeling that you have, saying, I'd love to help Larry out. I'm honored that he would help me. That perspective changed it changed a lot. She also said healthy people, and at the time I wasn't healthy. Healthy people ask for exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you an example. So as a motivational speaker, I want to speak to organizations and I want to get paid. Hey, Leon, would you keep me in mind if you hear of a speaking engagement opportunity? Just keep me in mind. Of course, you're going to say yes. She said, Larry, is that what you want from Leon? No. She said, well, why don't you ask for exactly what you want? Hey, Leon, I would love to come in and speak at your barbershop. How do we make that happen? That's what I want. I want to speak at your barbershop. Excuse me. It's a nuance, but closed mouths get fed. If you don't ask for specifically what you want, you're now leaving it
don't
up.
Get fed.
Yeah, you're leaving it up to someone else to connect the dots. She said, ask for exactly what you want. If they can do it, they'll do it. If they can't, they'll let you know.
Right.
Yeah,
they will. They will. And look, you just took off your shirt because you was hot.
Relationships.
Do you know so I do, this is off subject, but I do little skits here and there with barbering. So I think of a lot of content to do. And one of my next one's going to be people wearing 2 shirts. So you see that? I'm not talking about you.
Hey, I got you beat. So I was in Knoxville. I had on a dress shirt. I know they were looking at me like, man, did he eat that much the night before? I had 6 shirts on underneath. Yeah, and each one had a different message on it.
Okay.
The first one had dream. The second one had we is greater than me. The next one said say yes to you. I had the relationship shirt on. I had the love shirt on. And then my 6th one was happy to help.
Okay.
So essentially, as I did my program, I took off one shirt. And they were like, this dude is crazy. I said, I am. I accept it, but it's all good. I take it as a compliment. I hope you are talking about me.
Yeah. Now, so that's about like your 4 mics you had at the training.
4 mics. I got 7 mics.
7 mics.
Yeah, I got a Christmas ornament. I got the gold mic, another gold, a rose gold, another gold, a silver, a green, a blue. Yeah, I'm mic'd up.
Look, so who is Cletus?
Nah, that's from the Nutty Professor. Come on, Cletus. You're gonna walk over, but you gotta limp back. Actually, Cletus is the so my coach said, Larry, your relationship with fear is holding you back. Like just fear. Like I had fear to do an email newsletter for like 3 years. She said, let's not even talk about it anymore because you're not committed. Let's put it below the line and not talk about it until you're ready to go. But she was like, why? And I said, well, what if I make a mistake? She said, you make a mistake. You go live on video live every week.
Right.
You're going to make a mistake. So what? Who cares? Well, what if they laugh at me? She said, Larry, they laugh at you every day. You like it when they laugh at you. So it was just fear in my mind. So it was December 2024 that I finally did. It was December 31st, 2024, going into 2025. I said, if I'm going to tell other people to conquer their fear, maybe I need to look in the mirror. So I did my first email newsletter. And then I did it 2 times a month, once a week, 3 times a week. Now I'm back to once a week. But just my relationship with fear. So she said, let's name it. Let's give it a voice. That voice over here is Cletus. He's the one that tells me all the things that I can't do. Who do you think you are, Larry, standing in front of thousands of people talking? Nobody want to hear you talk.
Right.
And then I had the voice of my father saying, you're more than a conqueror. And his voice says, if you're going to have my name, Larry Long Jr., you better represent.
Right.
And you better come correct. Mom ain't raised no fool. Right. You better show up and show out. Yeah. So it's that battle. Sometimes Cletus wins. I mean, I'm only human, but I really try to lean in the encouraging words of my father. My father, I think they say some people are the glass is half full. My father was the glass is 100% full. Right. It's crazy. He passed on December the 11th. On December the 10th, I spoke to him. Said, how you feeling, Pops? That's what my kids called him. How you feeling, Pops? He said, best I've ever felt. That was a daggone lie.
Mm.
That was a daggone lie. But in his mind, he figured if he could say it, he could believe it. If he could believe it, it could happen. Unfortunately, he passed away the next day.
Mm.
But the mind is powerful. There's a quote by Henry Ford. I'm a paraphrase. I'm gonna give you the remix.
All right.
Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right. I can't do, you're right. You're right. I can't do, you're right. I can do, you're right. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do it, but you're now giving yourself a chance. A mentor of mine, Dr. Willie Jolly out of Washington, D.C., he just spoke at High Points Convocation. I heard him 2 years ago. He sings a song that's called The Impossible Dream. What he shares is there is no impossible dream. There's impossible timelines, but you can dream and dream big and nothing is impossible. I mean, for me to be paid to speak, come on, Cletus. That don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
You pay me to speak? Are you stupid or are you dumb? And that's like my son. I told my son, Trey, you can get paid to play video games. He kills it on those video games.
Yeah.
There's people getting paid for it.
Right.
I'm like, hey, put in the time. He puts in the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, go ahead and monetize. Make that money, dog.
Yeah, they got what's Twitch. There's another one called I can't think of it, but you can do that on streaming.
These kids are making buku bucks. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah. We get back to your son. You just brought something up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So look, I've been trying to. They call you LinkedIn Larry.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I've been trying to go on LinkedIn. Every now and then I go in there. I got so many different apps. Every now and then I go in there.
Yeah.
How do you do what you do on LinkedIn? How you connect with people?
Just like you and I are connecting right now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just in a different format.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok.
Right.
I mean, all those platforms.
Right.
LinkedIn is the business networking platform.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have 46,000 connections, followers. Those are relationships. I publish content almost daily, which is it's just me putting out whatever's on my mind, whatever I think might educate, inspire, entertain, inform. I put it out there. But I think there's a song that says it goes down in the DMs.
Yeah.
That's where it goes down.
Right.
It goes down. I connect with people just like you and I are chatting.
Mm.
I connect with people one-to-one in the DMs. If you engage in my content and you're a CEO, a chief revenue officer, a VP of sales, event planner, meeting professional, speakers bureau, you're going to get a video from me. And I'm going to talk to you just like you and I are talking. It's not scripted. I'm going to let you know. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate you engaging on my posts. It looks like you're doing amazing work out there for whatever organization, Acme Company. I would love the opportunity to partner, to serve, and to speak at your organization. How do we make that happen? I'll put my shared calendar link. If it makes sense for us to talk, let's talk. If it doesn't, I'm still here to support you. Peace. That's my message.
Right.
And it resonates. And I consider those just planting seeds. And I plant so many seeds, it's impossible for me not to have success. I plant so many seeds. It's when I play golf, there's a funny term that says, even a broke clock is right twice a day. A broke clock. That's a clock that doesn't move.
Right.
It's right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving, I'm shaking, I'm putting action in. It's impossible for me not to have success. In my industry, either they find you or you find them. What about both? I want people to find me. That's my marketing efforts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we heard about this crazy guy, Larry Long. He's got the gold mics. He's got the smile for a mile. He keeps it real because sometimes we look at social media and it's sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. That's not real life.
Oh no.
I keep it real.
Right.
I keep it gritty because life is a 4-letter word for me. And it sometimes makes you say the 4-letter words that I won't mention. I don't want the FCC coming to get me,
Right.
but I keeps it real.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't like it. It's okay. You're not my tribe. Other people, they're like, yes, thank you. You're saying what's on my mind. Wow, Larry, you go through struggles. You've struggled with depression. You struggle with being low. You struggle with communicating your emotions. Thank you. When George Floyd happened, my midweek midday, it was one of those moments where everything I had stored up under lock and key, way back in my head, never to be seen again, was the thought. It just exploded. And I was in a tough place because we've all been through experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, my default coping mechanism is to just act like it didn't happen, to just act like everything is okay. Everything is awesome, even though it's not. And when that box opens, it ain't pretty.
Right.
So LinkedIn is my platform for genuine relationships. I try to help people. And people have blessed me. It's a saying. So when I had my baseball academy, it's funny. Bank of America. Hopefully they can sponsor your podcast.
Right.
I went to Bank of America and I said, "Hey, can I withdraw $500?" They laughed at me. Mr. Long, unless you're black magic, and I know some magic tricks. They said, unless you're black magic, no, you can't withdraw $500. You haven't deposited enough money to be able to withdraw. Well, think about relationships. So often I see it. We try to withdraw in our relationships. We haven't made enough relationship deposits.
Right.
We're on overdraft. We've been taking. I call them me monsters. You know who those me monsters are. Every time they come around, it's me. Gimme. I like you monsters. There's a book by Bob Berg called The Go-Giver. I like a go-getter, but I love a go-giver, someone who's proactively giving. They're always looking to serve. How can I serve? How can I be useful? How can I give something to someone else to lift them up? Those are generally the people that I see have success. Now, you might hear the stories of the people, especially in the news, quote unquote, bad news, those people that are selfish, those people that only care about themselves. But from what I've seen, those people, they might have success in the short run, not in the long run. And I've made a choice that I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror and go to bed at night if I did things in an underhanded way. So keep that thing above board. And LinkedIn is the platform. LinkedIn generates 90+% of my business. Really, it's the relationships that have been cultivated on LinkedIn, and it takes work.
So is that the only platform you really put your stuff on?
Well, I have like I said, I got me, myself, and I on the team. Right. I have a virtual professional out of the Philippines. Her name is Lee, and she is amazing. She puts in that work on my YouTube, but my YouTube is weak. I think I have more videos than I do subscribers. So help a brother out. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I got a TikTok. I got an Instagram. I got a Facebook. But I'm not getting business from those platforms. Right. LinkedIn, hey, must be the money. Right. That's my money maker. Right. So I love you, Lee. She doesn't touch my LinkedIn. Right. I'm like, move. You doing that? Yeah. Let me handle my business. You can touch everything else, but you can't. I think what did she say? You can't play with my yo-yo. You can't play with my LinkedIn.
So y'all make sure y'all check it. Well, Larry, it's just Larry Long on YouTube?
Larry Long Jr.
On YouTube.
You're going to hear me before you see me.
So back to your son. You said you learned some lessons from your dad, mostly by watching him, but also different times when he spoke, he spoke loud. So what is it that you think, or do you know that your son is learning from you, or that you were teaching your son?
I'm tough on my son. Oh, yeah? I have a 16-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. Right. And my wife says, you're so much harder on Trey than you are Lucy. And I'm like, you're right. And she is. Mm-hmm. And is it right? No, but life isn't fair.
Right.
And my son, being a mixed, viewed as an African-American male in society, he's going to be treated differently than my daughter is. So I am tough on him. And my big thing for him is academics. As long as you take care of business in the grades, everything else is extracurricular. So he plays travel soccer. We've had some heart-to-heart because travel soccer comes with travel soccer fees, comes with travel soccer time, investment, resource, and I like the golf. Right. I said, I'll do anything for you, son, but if I want it more than you, that ain't gonna work. So he's going to the field and put in some work, took the little cones out, did his fancy footwork, and I said, keep it up. When I grew up, my parents invested in a solo hitter. Pretty much it was like a net, and it had a ball hanging from a pulley, and you hit it and it came back. They pretty much said, we're going to buy it for you. You got to put in the work, the sweat equity. So Monday through Friday, I used to come home, do my homework, practice 30 minutes on my clarinet. I played the clarinet. I wanted to play the saxophone, but we were balling on a budget.
Right.
So my parents bought a used clarinet, close enough.
Right.
And then I had to take 100 swings on my solo hitter. Friday, all the kids in my school, they were going to the mall. They were going to the ice skating rink. My parents said, hey, we made a deal. You're going to put in that work. So I said, I'll see y'all in school on Monday. And there was a reason why I started on varsity as a freshman. There's no replacement for hard work. So my lesson to my son is whatever it is you want in life, it's there for you if you're willing to put in the effort, you're willing to put in the work. I have a big thing with him to get to know his principal. His principal is an African-American doctor doing big things. I said, Trey, not many kids, if any kids, have taken the time out to have a 15 to 30-minute conversation with him to strengthen the relationship. You get to know him. You never know when that might come into handy. College recommendations, might need a job referral. So I just try to teach him that when you do well and you do good in this world, just because it's going to come back to you. And anything you want is on the other side of fear and hard work. A lot of people are allergic to hard work.
Right.
I know from my baseball academy, a lot of people talk a good game. Oh, I work hard. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't fool yourself because you ain't fooling me. No, you don't. But those that do work hard, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to have, but you'll at least maximize your God-given ability. And that's one thing I look back at my baseball career. I gave it my all. I left it all on the field, and it wasn't in the cards for me to get paid to play the game of baseball, but getting paid to speak. Come on now.
So you talk about baseball a lot.
Yeah.
Anything that you did during your baseball career in college, any lessons you learned, does that carry over to your business? Do you think about, do you tie
a whole lot?
To it? Mm-hmm.
A whole lot. I mean, being the furthest north team at the time in the ACC, we're playing against Florida State, Georgia Tech. These guys are going to play pro baseball. These guys are going to the big leagues. They ain't messing around, and they're licking our chops when they see us. Oh, little Maryland, we're gonna sweep them suckers. So we were scrappy. We had to be. We didn't have as much scholarship money. We were the underdogs. I mean, I was on the team, so we were the underdogs. Like, what are these? The Bad News Bears?
5'9", 3/4, you said.
That's right. Rounding up. So essentially, the lessons I learned on the baseball diamond: setting goals, being hungry, being gritty, doing the little things. And I co-authored a book before I wrote my book. My chapter was called "The Little Things Are Really the Big Things." I wanted it to be called "The Little Things Are Really the Big Things." They said, nah, you can't talk like that in our book. They said, you want to talk like that, write your own book. I said, watch me, I will. But there's so many lessons. Teamwork in baseball, it's a game of individuals that have to come together as a team with a shared purpose to get it done. Teamwork really does make the dream work. I can tell you that when you're in the batter's box and the Little League World Series is going on now, you got some of these kids, it's like, that's a grown man. He ain't no 12-year-old. But when you're in the batter's box, you will get exposed on whether you've been practicing or not. Someone can look you silly. It's pretty much mano a mano. It's that pitcher against you as the hitter. For me, my preparation gave me the confidence that when I look out at that pitcher, I got you beat. You didn't work on your balance point 100 times Monday through Friday like I did. You didn't put in those extra reps. So in my mind, I got you beat. You might beat me. I'll tip my cap, but I'm going to get you next time. I'll brush my shoulders off, next at bat. So it's like life. You might strike. Chapter 2 of my book, strikeouts, they're a part of life. If you're not striking out, you're not dreaming big enough. If you're not striking out, you're not dreaming big enough. You're playing it too safe. I strike out a lot, but I learn. You're going to learn today. I learn my lessons. I share those lessons. I adapt. I flex. I do something different. The next time my baseball academy failed because I didn't understand my numbers. My speaker business, I understand my numbers. Does that guarantee I'm going to have success? No. I go through, my business is lumpy. When it's good, it's great. When it ain't good, ruh-roh, Houston, we got a problem. But I've been learning from others around me. Hey, what have you done to smooth it out? Well, Larry, I created a paid community. Tell me more. Well, Larry, I do sales training. Say what? Larry, I do coaching. Okay. Larry, I do consulting. Okay. Larry, I write books. I'm listening. Larry, I have merchandise. Say what? Larry, I sell products, digital classes. Say less. I'm a student of the game.
Right.
You got to be when you're a little guy. You can't. I mean, my old roommate on the road, Craig Monroe, Murder. He's a gastroenterologist out in San Fran now. He's a beast. 6'4", look like a brown bear. 6'4", 265. The Durham Bull Stadium. You've been out there? You know, in right field, that big, the big building out there. I think it's called Avalara.
Okay, I couldn't tell you what it is, but yeah.
They were still building that building. This would have been in 1999. We played at the Durham Bull Stadium in the ACC tournament. This joker hit a ball. It's still in orbit. It would have landed halfway up that building.
Right.
Just God-given ability. He didn't like baseball. He just used baseball as a way for him to go to med school. Yeah. He's from Canada, from Toronto, Thornhill, Canada. Nicest guy. But he wasn't motivated to play baseball. He was motivated to use baseball to get his education to progress. I said, man, I wish. But that's the blessing and the curse of comparison.
Right.
We compare ourselves. I know for me, I'm in chapter 6 of my business. What am I doing comparing my business to someone who's in chapter 23?
Right.
That doesn't make any daggone sense. And I know this, but I'm only human. Why am I not flossing like my man Wally? Like my man Willie Jolly, like Les Brown. Why am I not? Larry, you got to put in the work and you got to do it consistently. And you got to keep going. My coach, thank you, Coach Kristen Frade. She sent me a book. This was 5-6 years ago. 6-7 years ago. She sent me a book called 3 Feet from Gold. The main theme was so many times people give up this close to success. You put in all this work. The going gets tough. You give up. You were that close. If you had just kept going, 3 more feet, it was there for you. There's a parable, and I don't know if it's true, of the, I think it's like a Japanese farmer who waters this one spot in the ground where he's growing bamboo. Everyone looks at him like, this joker's crazy. What's he doing? Every day, diligently, he waters this spot in the ground. Can't see nothing. Does it for years. Bamboo grows underneath the ground. Once it breaks ground, boom, it shoots up. He knew that if he stayed diligent, watering that same spot over and over and over again. Oh, yeah, you think I'm crazy? Watch me. Oh, yeah, in my own mind, is this really going to work? Watch me. That diligence paid off. It's the same thing with life and with business.
Right.
Are you watering the plants? Are you doing the hard rowing? You doing the things diligently that you know are going to pay off? You can't beat a person that never gives up. Give up. And that's, I'm sharing that for your listeners and your viewers, but I'm also sharing that for me right now.
Right.
Because this summer has been a tough season.
Right.
It's been tough. There's light at the end of the tunnel, thankfully. Yeah. But it's been a tough season. It's like, man.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to talk to yourself with that. You know, people say people talk to themselves crazy, but they call me crazy because I talk to myself, you know, because I tell myself the same thing. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going, certain things, especially with doing this podcast. It's not easy, you know, doing it. People think it's easy, but it's not.
You make it look easy. Yeah.
It's not easy, but
Keep watering. Keep at it.
Gotcha.
I'm blessed to be here.
Yeah. Now you talking about the love. So do your son love soccer?
He likes it.
He likes it?
He likes
What
it.
do he love?
Video games.
Video games?
Yeah, he loves video games. And he loves math and science.
Right.
He must get that from his mama because, like I said, I struggle with numbers. I can't even spell science.
Right.
But yeah, he's a great student. 3.9 unweighted average. He got a B in Spanish. My wife's from Argentina, so he ain't got no excuse. But the lesson he learned there was when you have a group project, some people say snitches get stitches. I say you better tell the teacher when someone else ain't pulling there. He kept quiet to protect. I said, no, dude, that impacts your grade.
Right.
Like, you better speak up.
Yeah.
But he got to be in a Spanish class. But he's like a 4.3 weighted. He's taking AP classes, starting at, he's going to take Durham Tech classes in the spring. So he's a great student, hard worker, loves life, loves the Lord, which that's super important. Our faith is super important. Right. And we don't force our kids to believe anything. Right. We try to demonstrate. My wife grew up in the Catholic Church. I grew up in the Baptist Church, and we just try to expose our kids to have their own relationship with God. So yeah, we got two brilliant kids. Now, my daughter.
I was just about to say, I can't leave out your daughter. How's that? I got two.
Yeah, she's our quiet one. Right. When you get around her, she's like my dad. My dad was quiet, but when you got to know him, he opened up. My baby girl is silly. She's silly, but she's brilliant. And you wouldn't even know her. You'd be like, little Lulu girl. For NSA, National Speaker Association, their annual convention. I just came back from Austin. Last year was in Phoenix. My kids went to the Youth Leadership Conference. Okay. It's been amazing for my daughter. My daughter used to meet people and she would look down. She wouldn't look them in the eye. Like a geisha, she would bow down and say, oh, nice to meet you. It's like, no, look them in the eye. The Youth Leadership Conference has just increased her confidence, her belief in herself night and day. Hello, I'm Lucille. Like, that's my girl. Yeah. That's my girl. Yeah. So, I mean, she's at a tough age, 12 years old, but I love it because she don't care about nothing. She don't care about nobody except for her brother. Even her parents. Right. She's like, I'm unbothered, but she puts a lot of credence, a lot of weight in what her brother thinks. They used to share bunk beds. It was probably 3 years ago. Yeah, my son, he was 13. My wife said, yeah, we need to get them. Right. They got to get their own rooms. But he was afraid of the dark. I'm sorry, Trey. I got to put it out there. He was afraid of the dark. So he was like, nah, I want to keep sleeping in the bunk beds. But he has his own room. He's no longer afraid of the dark. Right. She's got her own room. And she's our artsy one. She does like animations and she's on that iPad just drawing. She and I share the iCloud. Right. So I see all her pictures and I'm like, wow, she's got my dad, he was a lefty. He was a drawer. So I can just see glimpses of my mom and my dad, as well as my wife's parents as well. Right. My wife just lost her mom last year. She lost her father. Let me see, my son's 16. She lost her father 15 years ago. So my kids didn't know Abuelo Hugo, but I can see traits of all four of the grands in my kid, which is a blessing. Just blessed beyond measure. Every day on this earth is a blessing, Leon. It really is.
Yeah. Good, man. Sorry about your wife's.
Yeah, it stinks. But I always tell people, thank you for that. We're all marching to that finish line. Right. We're all marching to it.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know when.
Don't know when.
So what we do know is, what are we doing with the time we have right now? Are we spending it with loved ones? Are we checking in, making sure that people know that we love them? I like to give people their flowers while they're here with intentionality. Hey, thank you for this. My Uncle Ricky, thank you. I still remember my Uncle Ricky. I don't know if you remember Lionel Kitty City. Turn that frown upside down. It was a toy store. Okay. It was a competitor of Toys R Us.
Okay, no.
I remember my sister was born when I was 10. I think I was 11 years old. He took me on a shopping spree. This joker brought me a video camera way back in the day when you didn't have video cameras. Right. It had the big old cassette tape. You put that sucker in there. It was black and white. I was the coolest kid in school, all because of my Uncle Ricky looking out for me. He used to take me to the basketball court with him. I'm just a little whippersnapper watching my uncle hoop. Just those memories that'll last a lifetime. It's for me, that's what life is all about. The material stuff, you can't take it with you. Right. But those memories, that's and working with my coach, she said, if that's important, let's get intentional. So in 2020, it would have been 2024. My goal was to have 8 signature experiences, and 3 out of the 8 with my family. Now you might say, what's a signature experience?
I was just about to ask you that.
It's an experience that you'll never forget. So we did a Disney cruise. We had to do the get swabbed up on our drive down. Like within 48 hours, we had to get a negative COVID. that Disney cruise was off the chain. We'll never forget it. Never, ever forget it. Just that time together. And we went to Miramar Beach. We had never gone on like a full spring break vacation. Awesome. It was absolutely awesome. So how do you create those signature experiences intentionally? In 2023, I fell into signature experiences. I did a content house in Atlanta. It was a mansion in Buckhead, Atlanta, for 4 days with other content creators.
Okay.
We were just creating content. We were just videotaping, and we had an absolute ball. I did a bus tour across the U.S., 12 cities in 18 days. Monday through Thursday, we started off in New York, went up to Boston, came to Raleigh, went to Atlanta, Nashville. The next week we went Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, Austin. And then the next week we went Denver, Salt Lake City, LA, got to perform at the Troubadour, San Francisco, all on a tour bus. Like I was a rocker. Who would have thunk it? So I fell into these signature experiences. My coach said, imagine if you could create them with intentionality. You know, you're brilliant. I pay you the big bucks for a reason. She got my mind thinking what's possible.
Right.
Because oftentimes, I don't know if anyone else battles this, but it's easy to say, oh, that's impossible. That ain't never going to happen to me. Well, why not? Russell Wilson, he has a charity called the Why Not You Foundation. Russell Wilson, he ain't 6 foot. I think they say 6 foot. I'm 5'9 3/4. That Joker's 5'10 and a quarter.
Right.
He's right. I'm looking at him eye to eye.
Right.
NFL. He was an NFL starter. Married to Sierra.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Right,
Come
right.
on, Cletus.
Yeah. Anything is possible. KG, Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible.
It's possible.
Yeah. So when did you know you needed a coach, or how did you find your coach?
Ran into it. I knew that I needed some sort of support, because for me, being alone, my mind will just race. I'll be all over the place.
Yeah.
But the coach that I found, I interviewed a bunch of coaches.
Okay.
And my coach and I, we met through LinkedIn. I had done a sales training during the pandemic, and she heard the recording. It was like through our leadership Raleigh, and she was part of leadership Holly Springs. So she got access. She reached out to me on LinkedIn. She said, I listened to your recording. There were only 4 people on it, and you delivered it like it was 40,000 people. Right. She said, your energy, your excitement was off the charts. She said, I need to meet you. So we talked. I gave her some tips about LinkedIn. She talked to me about the power of coaching, which I knew. I mean, I grew up playing sports, so I knew the power of coaching. Then she gave me her investment. It was $700 a month. My wife said, shoot, I'll do it for $1, for $150. All she's going to do is tell you the same stuff I tell you. I said, yeah, but I ain't going to listen to you, baby. I love you, but I'm going to listen to her. But I invested in her, and my wife ended up being a believer because she saw the change.
So, wait a minute. I don't like to interrupt people. I got to interrupt you.
Nah.
If she saw your recording, she said you only had 4 people on.
Yeah.
She said you delivered like it was 450 or whatever the number was.
Yeah.
Why did you need her as a coach, or why did she think she need to be your coach?
Well, it first started off, she wasn't even trying to get me as a coaching client. She was just like, because I was talking about sales. There were 4 people on, and I bring it. If I do something, I'm gonna do it all the way. I'm not gonna half ass it. Pardon my French. Parlez-vous français.
Right.
But she said, I just need to meet you. So we connected, and I got to know her. She had moved from California to here. She was trying to build her own coaching practice, was having some trouble, because you got to build trust. And people got to know you, like you, love you, trust you. You got to create relationships. I said, you can use LinkedIn. Well, she ended up going with a coaching group that helped find the clients. She was like, I'm trying to build my business. Are you interested in learning more? I'm like, yeah, I'm starting my business. I'm transitioning from corporate America to here. And she told me, she said, Larry, you're going to be good without me. Whether you use me or not, you're going to be good. If you use me and you do the work, you're going to be better than you ever expected. You're going to live a life that you never would have expected. she delivered.
Okay.
I worked with her. She was $700 a month, went up to $900 a month, $1,200 a month. And I wasn't going to do it at $1,200. My wife said, boy, you better, because there was changes in my business, in my relationships with my family, the intentionality. When she went up to $1,500, I said, the way my checking and my savings work, like Kevin Hart said, I said, I got to tap out.
Right.
But I worked with a few other coaches in training, but it was transformative. It really, I wouldn't be here right now at this point if it hadn't have been for the foundation of coaching. If you haven't worked with a coach, I would say give it a try.
Right.
It's transformative. If you have the right coach, it's kind of like therapy.
Right.
If you have the right therapist, you can make some great strides. If you have the wrong fit, it ain't good.
Right.
But that really set the foundation. And international traveler, I was just in Portugal with my family earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
I got flying Dubai 2 years ago. I was in Australia. My wife and I just went to Scotland and Ireland, and then I went to England, and I was supposed to be speaking in Germany in September. We ended up putting the brakes on that because we're trying to do Argentina for the holidays. But God willing, I'll be speaking in Germany in 2028, not next year, but the year after. Just blessed beyond measure. And it's crazy for me to even say these things because 6 years ago, I wouldn't say a thing. I would say, yeah, I'm just kind of taking it as it goes. But I know I want international travel. I want my family to roll with me. I want golf. I take my sticks with me everywhere. And my fun meter. If you look at my LinkedIn, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm having an absolute ball. It should be illegal how much fun I'm having.
So she's not your coach anymore.
Nah.
So now you just.
I have another coach. It's actually my partner in the Abundant Speaker. She's my speaker business coach.
Okay.
Yeah, Taylor Lunan.
So you had to pay for that one?
I did. I did. Now we're partners. So it's give and take. I give her value. She gives me value.
Right.
I'm not giving her cash.
Right.
She's not giving me cash, but we support each other in partnership. Her background, she worked 13 years for a blind speaker, Marcus Engel.
Okay.
She was his assistant, essentially, helping him travel, helping him with his business. And she learned so much. I learned about her through LinkedIn.
Okay.
It was 2024. NSA had their annual convention in Denver. That was when we were going on our family vacation, and I wasn't going to go. It was going to be the first time I'd missed the convention. And then that was when my mother-in-law passed away as well. So it all worked out. But I was on LinkedIn and I see her commenting, and I said, who is this? Like, she knows her stuff. I need to meet you. I need to learn. Can I pick your brain?
Right.
She was open to it. And she was like, hey, I'm looking to do my own thing and help out other speakers that are trying to raise up. I said, hey, I'm trying to raise up. So I invested in coach. There's when you find the right coach, the right fit, it just accelerates. Think about it. When you play football, basketball, baseball, whatever sport, your coach is there to hopefully boost you up. Good coaches. Bad coaches, they can drag you down. And that's where you get your lessons earned from bad coaches.
Right.
But lessons learned, I look back at Paul Donovan. He was my baseball coach when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He passed away last year. Lessons he taught me, just Larry, it was really the details. And it's the details every single time. If you're going to take 10 swings, let's strive for perfection on all 10. You're not going to be perfect, but that's what we're shooting for. That's I think Michael Jordan said it best, the ceiling is the roof. I was at that game. Ceiling is the roof. What is he drinking? I love you, Mike.
He smoked too many cigars.
No comment.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a couple more questions. We're going to end it with these right here.
Yes, sir.
If you woke up tomorrow and everything you built was gone, your business, your money, your audience, your reputation, what will you still have inside that will allow you to rebuild?
Yeah. Hope and a prayer. Just, you can't take my heart from me.
Right.
Can't take my heart. You can take all the material things, and that's okay. Would I cry? For sure. But life goes on. It's one of those things. And perspective is powerful. When you think about, there's wildfires going on now, I think in Nevada. There's wildfires last year in California. Those people lost everything, all their material things. As long as you've got yourself and your family, a support group, that's all you need. All you need is love. And I mean, I don't just talk about it. I think they said, got to be about it. Yeah, all you need is love. So as long as I have my heart, I'll be all right.
Right. Good. The next one. What's something you're afraid of right now that you haven't told many people about?
Failure. Fear of failure. Just, I don't want to fail in this business. But there really isn't any failure. As long as you keep going, it's not a failure. As long as you learn and you pass those learnings on. But it's been a tough road. And the fear of being a failure in my mind. But my wife and I have had this conversation recently. She's like, you're not a failure. You need to change your perspective and change your relationship with achievement. I'm not where I want to be, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. I'm not right here.
Right.
I'm shooting because I'm shooting for the moon, but they say if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you're still amongst the stars. So fear of failure, which I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. A work in progress.
Okay. Now, a lot of people know how to motivate others, which you're pretty good at.
I try.
But who motivates Larry when Larry doesn't feel motivated?
Oh, man. I go to YouTube and I watch a lot of comedians. I like to laugh. But really, I'll say it's in-house. We eat dinner as a family every night that we can. And I would say my wife, Maria, my son, Trey, my daughter, Lucia, my mom, Desiree, my sister, Tiffany, my family, my father's legacy, my grandmom. That's what really inspires me. Those people that believed in me, my mentor, Mark Winchester, who's a great friend of mine. That's what inspires me. Yeah, that's what motivates me to keep going when I want to give up. The coaches that have invested in me from being a youngster all the way to being an old head. Those folks that have given to me, it's really a responsibility to pass it along.
Right.
I can't be selfish and keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Pass that thing along.
All right. If you could sit down with the younger version of yourself, the guy who didn't know where life was going, what would you tell him that he desperately needed to hear?
Hang in there. Through it all, hang in there. Everything's gonna be all right. That's the word I would give to the younger Larry Long Jr.
Right.
Hang in there.
Hang in there.
Yeah, because life can be tough.
Right.
Life can be lifing. But I'm a big believer. It's a lot easier said than done, but it takes work. Tough people, which is us, all of us, are greater than tough times. And we've proven that over and over and over again. If you think about your life, we've all been through some tough times. We're still standing. And hopefully we're still smiling.
Right. One thing my grandmother used to write to me all the time was, tough times end, but tough people win.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to attribute your grandma.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah. All right. Somebody is listening right now who knows they're capable of more, but they're stuck. They keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. What do you want to say directly to that person?
Yeah, first of all, get my book, JOLT. It'll get you unstuck. But secondly, I believe in you. But that doesn't mean a thing. My encouragement and my ask and my command of you, you believe in you. And do it right now. Take one step right now. Not tomorrow, not in 10 minutes, right now. Whatever time you're watching this, listening to this, take one step right now, whether it's going outside and walking, whether it's going to the gym and doing one rep, whether it's writing a paragraph in your book, take action right now. And then tomorrow, take another action. You're now starting to build habits. And the little things, quote unquote, the little things turn into the big things. So that's my ask, and don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. You're not alone. Don't do it alone. Find a support network, people that you can support that can in return support you as well. Teamwork, as hokey as it sounds, teamwork really does make the dream work.
Exactly.
And I think they say team stands for together, everyone achieves more. Give it a try. You might be surprised.
All right, last one. When it's all said and done, what do you want your energy to have left behind in the people you've encountered?
Oh, man. Joy, love, happiness. I'm just hopeful to leave this world, this earth, and the people that I've touched in a better place than when I came. So that's what I'm hopeful my legacy is, where people say, that guy, Larry Long Jr., he was a good guy and he made a positive impact on me that I'm going to then pass along. And really, it's, what did your grandmom say? Hard times.
Tough times end, but tough people win.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, let's keep winning.
Yeah.
All I do is win. Don't get me singing. I'm tone deaf. And I don't play the guitar. I don't play the keys, but I can talk a good game.
All right. Well, I gave you the last rundowns. Anything else you want to leave? We forget anything you want to say?
I want to say thank you. I appreciate you greatly.
Appreciate you
for allowing me to come onto your platform, and it means more than very rarely am I at a loss for words.
Right.
But it really means a lot for you to bring me on your platform, and we're gonna impel forward.
Yeah, impel forward. Take action.
That's
impel,
right.
take action.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode with Larry Long Jr., Mr. Big Energy. Make sure you stay tuned. Check out more episodes of the Impel Forward Podcast. And remember, seize the opportunity to grasp your dreams. Peace.